Shalom family, shalom, coming to you guys today with a garden update video. My husband cut the grass and it looks so nice out here. I love it when the grass is freshly cut. It makes my garden look better, even though I need to get my edges and go around the edge because my husband could never get the edge. Because he doesn't want to cut my flowers down. He know I'll be complaining. So I want to show you guys what's going on in the front yard. Now this was actually all full, and I did record it. I did do a video, but I didn't end up uploading it because I was like, nobody really care about my garden. But then I had got the garden request video and I was like, oh, maybe I should have posted it. But what had actually ended up happening was this had got so full, and you can see like weeds grow so fast in here, and I don't put weed killer because I'm scared that it's gonna kill my flowers. So what I do is I just come out here and I pull them out by hand like this. So that's what I was doing this morning. You can see some weeds in this. Just been throwing them in there. And yeah, so I want to show y'all now. This was actually all full. It was so big and beautiful, but what actually happened is I wasn't giving it any plant food, and like all of my flowers seemed to be like, and then it was raining a lot too, they seemed to just be like leaning, and it was looking brown and dying, and it was kind of like, I don't know, I think it had got just too full because this is wildflowers. This is all wildflowers. The only thing that I put in here was the zinnias. These are zinnias, and I only got a few of these because when I actually planted them, the wildflowers had grew up so crazy that the zinnias couldn't even come up. And if you can see, like all of that, they're all leaning, like all of the stems are on the, like laying on the ground, and that's because when they were growing up, this was full of these flowers. And I don't even know what these is called, but they are so pretty. Like I actually had cut all of these down, so I'm gonna show you. If you can see in here, you see this is the stem to one, and I had cut all of this back. I did the same thing with this one. As you can see, it's just getting new shoots, but I had cut all this back. So you see how those stems is brown? So that's, I'm sorry. So that's basically how the whole bottom of the plant was looking, and I just didn't like it. Was so I didn't like it. Was ugly. So what I ended up doing was I cut everything back. I cut everything back except for these flowers, the tall ones, so that it could just have a few flowers in it and not be so plain. And like I literally just went through here, I think last week, and pulled, like maybe not even a week ago, and pulled up all of the weeds. And look, I mean, they just grow so crazy. Crabgrass or whatever it's called, I don't know. But I just I pulled stuff out by the roots. Oh Lord, they holler. Somebody done did something. So let me hear. Their dad is in there. He'll get them. But yeah, so these, they look like these yellow flowers. One second, family. Okay, sorry, family. So you can see what I actually did was I had cut these out because these get very big. Like they basically took up the whole garden on their own. And you can see here's another one right here. Like I cut all of them down. I prayed that they would grow back. I was like, hopefully it's not too late in the season, and they'll grow back. So you can see this one. This is a good one to show you because it's small. So you see I cut it all back, and you can see it's starting to get new growth. And I'm just pulling these weeds as I talk to y'all because they just take over the garden. So all of these plants I cut down, they end up growing like this. And I'm gonna come back here so I can show y'all. And I don't know what these are called. I don't know what they're called. Because when I planted these, I did not read the pack for some reason. I just seen wildflowers. And then these are just have seeds in it. I just cracked it open and just dropped them. So next year I get a lot of plants back. And this is really why I don't like to cut my plants back, but this year was actually my first year cutting them back because you lose out on those seed heads when you do that. So these was the only ones that I didn't really cut back because I didn't want to cut everything down because I didn't want it to look bare with nothing. So I had like a few patches of flowers. But you can see how these stretch out, they get long, they get like a big bush. And then they get all of these beautiful yellow flowers on them though. So this is how it looked. It was full of those beautiful yellow flowers. But they were taking over the garden and nothing else would grow. So like last year I had these carpet flowers. I forget what they're called. I have a whole pack in the house because I was going to add some more in because they didn't come back up. It was a few of them, but you could tell like the other plants were just like taking over. So I didn't get any of them. But when I cut the garden back, lo and behold, look, they started coming back. So I was excited about that. Yeah, so I added the zinnias because what I had here originally, like the first 2 years, was zinnias, and it was so pretty. So it was just like full of zinnias, and the reason why I picked the zinnias, and it was sunflowers too, was because they grow tall. But I have some in the backyard that I planted in my garden box that are the tallest that I've seen them grow. I don't think they got that tall in the front yard, or maybe because it's just that I'm always standing up that they didn't look that tall. But you can see this is just a few of them that was able to grow, and you can see how many branches and shoots and stuff they shoot off, and they just fill up. They start to fill up. So this whole thing was full of zinnias. Okay, so it was so pretty. I did record a video, but like I said, I didn't end up posting it because I was like, I don't really care about my garden. So yeah, my son is at the window. But done about, yeah, that's just what I was like, nobody cares about my garden, so I didn't end up posting it. So yeah, that's pretty much it. So I cut everything back, but now you can see that these are starting to come up, so they're going to fill up all of these places where you see it's empty. It was where I cut these flowers back, and once that fills up, I'll show you guys the update again when all of it's going to be beautiful with all these yellow flowers. And then I'm going to cut all of these back. You can see they're starting to get new shoots, and then they get these, they're these little pink flowers. Some they get some big heads, and I left those so you can see, so the seeds can fall out. You see those holes and stuff. But now I'm going to cut all of those because I like to try to let the seeds fall out so I can get them coming back every year and not have to come out here and plant. And then these are sunflowers, of course. I used to have a bunch of them down here, but I only planted a few because, like I said, it was when it was zinnias. With the wildflowers, they take over so much. Like, I actually planted more than this, but they take over so much of the space that nothing else can grow. And like, it was full of these wildflowers down here. You can see I came down and I cut some of these back. I didn't cut all of them down because I didn't want my garden to just be bare for the time being. But yeah, and I did this last, so I did that end first. What I did was, let me tell y'all what I did so it wasn't looking so bare. I did this end first, let it start growing up. Then I did this end. Really, I did about this much on down. And then I just came down and I left all, this was still full of all of these yellow flowers. Then I came down when this stuff started to come back up, because these white flowers were in here, the carpet flowers. This is new growth. It's starting to grow. All of this is going to be new flowers. It was just those few. You can see that was still there, where I didn't cut the stems down yet. And then these that was here. So literally, it was bare into all of this. All of this is new growth that came from that area. All of this is new growth. Because you can see this was the old ones. When I cut them down, you can see these was all the old ones. And they started getting new growth off of those. But yeah, I literally cut everything down because it was so full. Like it started to become unorganized. Now, that's right, the sun is beaming right on me. Got a little lightheaded there. What I did over here, this is my plant that my son brought me from school like 3 years ago, and it comes back every year. It's just been over here by itself. Every time I try to plant something over here, it doesn't really do good because it was kind of like a hill. It was so much dirt over here. And so I actually put some pumpkins back there, and I'm waiting to see if they're gonna come up. And I planted 2 squash plants up here, and you can see one coming up here, which I'm excited. And then I planted one in this area. I found the seed that had roots coming out. My kids must have been out here digging, and because I did it at night, so they didn't really know that they was in here. And it had the roots coming out, so I just threw it back in there and covered it back up. It really was about 3 seeds in each hole, so hopefully, even if that one doesn't come up, it's another one somewhere in there. So yeah, so I planted like 3 pumpkin plants, and what I'm going to do is I have some string. I'm just going to let it grow up my porch here, up my thing. I have some what were they? Moonflowers. And they get real big. They're like vine flowers, and they grow up. And they were just vining all around here. I planted them back here 1 year, and those did do good over here. And they were just vining all up. So I planted the pumpkins right here because it was it's like a slope right here. And I'm going to just build a trellis off my porch. And yeah, let them grow up that way, and up whatever else they want to go through. Hopefully it'll work. So we'll see. This is gonna be my first year doing it so there. Okay. So I'll come back and pull the rest of the weeds later because it's scorching right now. But yeah, you can see what it looks like. And these were here when we got here. I forget what they called. Somebody told me what they were. They also said they was edible. They get these beautiful white flowers. And the video I did, these were actually in bloom when I recorded that video that I didn't post. So they said these is edible. I forget which part they said was edible though. I don't know if it's this part. If you guys know, let me know. And these were actually here when we got here though. And they get these beautiful just white blooms, and then the blooms fall off, and you see that's this crunchy part, the white leaf, and they just turn into this. So I'm assuming this is the part you can eat, but I don't know. I don't know what it is, or used for dye. I don't know what they said. I forget what they told me it was. It was somebody else who gardened. One of my husband's friends that came over one day who had told me, and I forget. I should have wrote it down. Okay, but I'll show you guys the back garden, and then I'll wrap this up. I'll show you guys what it looks like when it's all full and pretty again. I'm gonna come out here and trim that later. Shalom, family, shalom. It's the next morning. I didn't get a chance to finish the video yesterday, so I thought I would do it today. And I can't wait. I don't know what's going on with down here, why it looks so choppy. You know, maybe before next year, what I'm going to do is I'm gonna come down here. You see how all the plants look just choppy and dead? I'm gonna come down here and just cut all of this down so it can grow back nice and beautiful. Oh, look, y'all. Look at all of these blooms. Y'all see all these blooms? I told y'all maybe in a few weeks it'll be bloomier. Here I go, bloomier. And my husband cut down a lot of this stuff. Y'all see all of that tree branches and stuff. He cut down all this stuff on this gate and stuff and around here a little bit. And because I was going to plant on the side of the house. Another one of the reasons why I didn't plant on the side of the house, because it was so much crap over there. Like I told y'all, all of this stuff came from over there and on that gate and stuff. And see, it had grew all up on the power lines because there's a lot of vining plants around here. And yeah, so that's part of the reason why I didn't plant over there. Now it's looking all nice and I'm like, I want to plant something over there. But look, y'all can see the flowers starting to bloom. You can see some up back there. I don't know if y'all can see them. Let me zoom in. Y'all probably still can't see them. But look, they're a white one. Aren't they so pretty? Oh my God. And then when it be, like when it's not a jungle, they be so beautiful. Look at all the blooms on that bud. I'm trying not to let this thing touch me because it looks like some poison ivy or something. You know what? I think we might be immune because we've been out here so much. Oh, look at those blooms right there. Ooh, all of these blooms. Look, so it'll be full in the second yard. It'll be full. I told y'all it just must not been time for them to bloom yet. So excited. It'd be so pretty. I just stand down here when I'm in my garden. I just look at all the pretty flowers growing on the gate and whatnot. So, garden update, not too much new going on. We got some blooms going on the zinnias over there. Greens, sage. And y'all know I told y'all this was cilantro, but I actually think it's parsley. Because I picked some and I was like, this is not cilantro. So I don't know what happened to my pack of cilantro seeds. I thought, you know what, I must have planted them in here and they must have didn't come up. I don't know. Maybe I planted them right up, I don't know where I planted them, but I know I put cilantro in here. And maybe, for some reason, my cilantro, no, that wasn't cilantro. It was basil one year that didn't come up. So, and I got to get out here and spray my plants because y'all see this? The insects is out here eating the freak out of my basil. Y'all see the lettuce plants. Now y'all can actually see them a little bit because last time I think they was real small. But they done grew up a little bit so you can see the lettuce plants right here. This one down there. One right here. It's a weed, a vine growing because these vines grow everywhere next to us so you can't really see it. This one right there, a small one. And I try to just keep pulling the weeds because your plants won't grow. You won't know why. It's because it's too many weeds in their way where they should have been going. Here goes a small lettuce plant right here. Oh, so update. This is what I want to update y'all on the groundhog. Okay, I'm gonna just show y'all this. This is my bell pepper plants, which is getting so big. We should be seeing something on them soon. Greens. This is another bell pepper plant. Seem to be doing just a little, because I think that's the one. These is the ones the groundhog had ate. So these is just growing back. You can see they're smaller than the other ones. But we had so many flowers on here the other day, and as you can see, they on the ground. So I don't know if they're on the ground. So I don't know if they was actually pollinated or what, but you can see we got 3 peppers on there already. Yeah, okay, I see them. Let me zoom out a little, too close. Okay, y'all see those 3 peppers? 3 peppers on there, and I bought this plant, so that's why it's already in bloom. Of course, the tomato plant is getting bigger. Only thing is, stuff is getting a little bit bigger, so it's starting to look a little bit fuller. Got some corn going on. Corn going on. This zinnia plant right here in the corner, I just love, love, love. I can't wait till it come in full bloom. When my sunflowers in the front bloom, that's when the birds, we let the birds eat those. I don't even harvest those. We just let the birds eat them. They love them. I think that's why they live here. They stay. You know what? I talked about in some of my videos that it's a bird that sings the same song every day in the morning. And sometimes when I used to be out here in the garden, it would sing. And I didn't understand why that bird would be here all the time. But I think it's because I've created a habitat. Look at all these birds. I created a habitat for them. They live in here. I'm starting to understand, which is why I'm not going to cut it down. They live in here. They live in here. You hear all them birds in there? They be all down here. See them flying around because they live in here. Okay? You hear them in there? They looking good, okay? And they be eating my seeds out my garden sometimes too, so sometimes stuff won't come. Yeah, so I think he been just chilling, living in there. And then it's berries on this tree. And then I think what they be on in here doing is eating these. I don't know what those is. It gotta be like some sort of bird, plant food or something. But this stuff got some other big stuff on it too in there. Let me see. Can y'all see that? What is that? I wonder if it's edible. Because it was a lot of stuff planted on this gate. It was like greens and stuff. So I know that they was gardening around here. Whoever lived here. They said it was an older lady who used to live here. But yeah, I think the birds be living in here. I think they eat this stuff. I don't know. So they live in La Vida Loca. Here I go. They live in La Vida Loca. Now this tree usually have berries on it, but I don't see none. Okay, I see one right there. Let me zoom out. Oh, left hand. Y'all see it? It used to be berries all on the ground right here, okay? So I don't know why this tree, boy, scared the crap out of me. Something about mom real loud out the window. But look, here goes something. I don't know what. It used to be berries. Okay. Oh, y'all see that red bird that just flew? I told y'all they live in here. Where'd it go? Y'all see that one? Hello. What is this, a red jay? I don't know. I do not know names of birds and stuff. I'm better with plants. Birds, I don't know. Hello. They like it here. Alright, y'all, let me wrap it up because my son is crying in the window because I'm outside. I can't do nothing. I'm trying to tell y'all you can't do nothing. They gotta be wherever you at. But yeah, so I just wanted to give y'all a quick update. Not really too much new, but the corn, a few peppers. The cucumber plants are growing back though. Y'all see it? Woo, I'm so excited. Okay, but yeah, so pretty much nothing new. Only thing that I really wanted to update y'all on was that the groundhog have not been back. They've been Airbnb in this house over here, and y'all can see they ain't been taking the trash out. So I don't know if it's the trash, he over there living off the trash or what. But I'm just happy he ain't over here. All right, so y'all let me go. I gotta get to the children. Just really quick, this is what they bring me from the farmer. Like these, I don't know if it's the farmer's market or what, but they always come sit a bag of stuff on my porch. Squash, fresh carrots, the tomatoes, stuff already put in the refrigerator. Bundle of cilantro. It's a fly in here, excuse. I gotta get that. I gotta kill that. Where's my fly swatter? Kale, purple squash, which this is the second one they sent. Oh, so good.